After a teasing build-up across late February and early March, Apple is clearly gearing up for one of its busiest product weeks in years. A single, carefully worded post from CEO Tim Cook on X has been enough to set off the entire Apple rumor mill, and this time, the leaks and reports fit together into a surprisingly coherent picture. If Apple follows the pattern hinted at in Cook's post and in multiple reports, you can expect 3 straight days of product announcements, capped by a special online experience and a wave of new devices arriving in stores within days. Here's a detailed SEO-friendly look at everything expected this week. The iPhone 17e, new entry-level iPad, updated iPad Air, M5 MacBook Air, and MacBook Pro, and a completely new low-cost MacBook powered by an A-series chip. Tim Cook's cryptic X post, how we know a big Apple launch week is coming on. February 26th, Apple CEO Tim Cook posted a short but telling message on X, a big week ahead, it all starts Monday morning. Alongside the caption was the hashtag #JummerAppleLaunch and a sleek 6-second animation of the Apple logo forming on screen. No product names, no event invite, no keynote date. Classic Apple, but the wording tells us plenty. A big week ahead strongly implies multiple announcements, not just a single product. It all starts Monday morning, suggests a day-by-day rollout, rather than one traditional stage keynote. The animation and hashtag point clearly to new hardware launches, not just software updates. Reports have already identified a special experience from Apple scheduled for Wednesday, March 4th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. That timing is important because it matches what insiders now expect. 3 consecutive 9 a.m. Eastern announcements, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, culminating in that Wednesday experience. Apple loves consistency, and when it tests a pattern like this, it usually sticks to one time slot. So it's reasonable to expect 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific to be the magic hour for all 3 days of reveals. What's coming? iPhone 17e, new iPads, and a full M5 Mac lineup. Unless Apple is planning a major curveball, the week's announcements should center around these products. iPhone 17e, a new, more accessible iPhone model 12th generation entry-level iPad, with a major processor upgrade, new iPad Air, moving up to Apple's latest M-series Silicon MacBook Air, 13-inch and 15-inch, with M5 MacBook Pro, with M5 Pro, and M5 Max all new. Low-cost MacBook with an A18 iPhone chip. Bloomberg's well-connected reporter Mark Gurman has reinforced this lineup, saying Apple is preparing for a week packed with launches and is already warning retail staff to expect a surge of customers comparable to a fall iPhone release. 10th generation iPad, entry-level iPad, finally joins the Apple Intelligence era. The first tablet expected in this launch wave is the 12th generation entry-level iPad, and it could be far more significant than it looks at first glance. A18 chip. Unlocking Apple Intelligence. Current entry-level iPads run on the A16 chip. The next model is widely expected to upgrade to the A18, the same generation of chip used in the latest iPhone lineup. Why this matters? Apple Intelligence support. The A18 is designed to handle Apple's on-device AI features. With this upgrade, the entry-level iPad finally becomes compatible with Apple Intelligence, bringing features like smarter text tools, improved on-device understanding, and more advanced generative capabilities. For the first time, every iPad in Apple's lineup would support Apple Intelligence, removing a major gap in the ecosystem. GB RAM and faster wireless, according to reporting cited from 9 to 5 Mac. The move to A18 is expected to come with another big bump, 8 GB RAM, up from 6 GB in the current A16-based model. This extra memory should make multitasking smoother, help demanding apps and AI features run more reliably, provide better performance. Headroom for future iPad OS releases. There's also a strong chance Apple will bring the Apple N1 wireless chip, already used in the iPhone 17 series, to this new iPad. That could mean more reliable and energy-efficient Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, better accessory performance, and lower latency. Especially with Apple's own ecosystem design and colors, don't expect a major redesign. The current entry-level iPad design is relatively recent, so the overall look, ports, and form factor are likely to stay the same. Apple may freshen things up with new colors, a common strategy when the exterior stays familiar, but the internals get a big bump. In short, this 12th Gen iPad looks set to be the moment the cheapest iPad stops feeling like a compromise and starts feeling like a fully modern Apple Intelligence device. New iPad Air M4 Power. In a familiar design, alongside the base iPad, Apple is widely expected to launch an updated iPad Air. From M3 to M4, the new iPad Air is tipped to upgrade its processor to the M4 chip, up from the M3 in the current model. That means a leap in CPU and GPU performance. Better efficiency and battery optimizations. A tablet that sits much closer to the iPad Pro in raw power while still being more affordable. For creators, students, and professionals who don't quite need everything an iPad Pro offers, an M4 iPad Air could be the new sweet spot. N1. Wireless and the possible C1X modem like the entry-level iPad, the updated Air is likely to include Apple N1 wireless chip, bringing improved connectivity for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and accessories, potential benefits for features like continuity, AirDrop, and Apple Pencil responsiveness. There are also rumors of Apple's latest in-house Apple C1X modem being included in one or both of the new iPads. If it lands in the iPad Air, that would mean faster and more efficient cellular connectivity, tighter integration between the modem and the M-series chip, better control over power usage and performance compared to third-party modems design, and finishes with the entry-level iPad. No major design overhaul is expected. The iPad Air already has thin bezels, flat sides, and a modern look. The most visible change may be new color options, potentially aligning the range with the bright new shades rumored for the upcoming MacBook iPhone 17e. Apple's new mainstream iPhone contender on the phone side, the headline launch for many will be the iPhone 17e. Positioned as a more approachable, mainstream alternative within the iPhone 17 family, the 17e is expected to target a lower price point than the flagship iPhone 17 models, retain core modern features and design language, appeals strongly to upgraders coming from older models and to buyers who don't need the most premium camera or display tech. When will iPhone 17e be announced? Based on the timing of Cook's post and the special Wednesday event, the expected schedule looks like this. Monday, March 2nd, iPhone 17e announcement at 9 a.m. Eastern Wednesday, March 4th, pre-orders begin. Alongside or just after the Apple special experience. Friday, March 13th, iPhone 17e goes on sale in stores and ships to early online buyers. This pattern matches Apple's typical cadence. Announce early in the week, open pre-orders midweek or end of week, and ship. About a week later, M5, MacBook Air, and MacBook Pro, next-gen Apple, Silicon Macs on the Mac side. Siliten machato mainkai, mafulandain. This looks like the moment Apple will fully roll out its M5 generation of chips to the laptop line. M5 MacBook Air, 13-inch and 15-inch. Apple is expected to refresh both sizes of MacBook Air on 13-inch MacBook Air with M5 15-inch MacBook Air. With M5, what that likely brings: faster performance across everyday tasks, coding, light creative work and more, even better battery life and sustained performance. Thanks to the efficiency of Apple Silicon, a more future-proof choice for anyone buying into the MacBook Air line for the next several years. The MacBook Air remains Apple's most popular laptop, so moving it to M5 will be a major milestone, especially if Apple is preparing to introduce a cheaper MacBook alongside it. M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pro. For power users, developers, and creative professionals, the MacBook Pro line is expected to see M5 Pro and M5 Max chips in the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro models. Although specific benchmarks aren't public yet, you can reasonably expect higher multi-core CPU performance, bigger GPU gains for video work, 3D rendering, AI workloads, and gaming-enhanced neural processing performance for machine learning and Apple Intelligence features. These updates will keep the MacBook Pro firmly at the top of Apple's notebook range for those who need maximum power and don't mind paying for it.